As regards Shri Narendra Modi ji ka affidavit, the Congress party has chosen to go to the Election Commission. And no less than a person than the former Law Minister of the country has taken up this issue. The BJP would like to underline the fact that Shri Narendra Modi, post September 2013 Supreme Court's verdict, has filled the column in all his candidness. It's a candid statement, and till before now, he has never lied or misled the public of India about his marital status. The earlier affidavits, by law, allowed you not to state it. The marriage was when both the individuals concerned were minors. Post that, when as an adult he chose to be away from his family for a national cause, he joined the RSS and continued to be a pracharak, and decided that he wouldn't have a married life, but he would go on with service for the nation. Both the families and the lady concerned have no complaints about it, and they understood the matter. And legally, in your affidavits, till before September 13th, there was no objection if a column was left blank. And post September 13th, when only three options exist, either you say no, or you say not known, or you would say not applicable. Here, candid statement was made about the name of the wife. Whilst I wouldn't want to get personal, it is important for us to remember there are enough congressmen who would take their legal wives' names in the affidavit whilst probably not even living with them. But here is a person who's the prime ministerial candidate of the BJP, who has chosen to candidly state the name of a wife who was, as a minor, married, but the marriage was not consummated, nor was he ever living with the person. But now that he is even lawfully required to mention, he mentions it. Has he ever misled the nation before? Has he said an untruth before? And when the legal requirement of the document earlier was that you could leave it empty, the particular column, he had left the column blank, and now he's mentioned the name. A complete truthful statement is being made, a contention where there isn't any. And this, mind you, somebody who's the law minister of the country. It's astonishing that the Congress party, which has not given answers on the questions raised by Shri Narendra Modi on most of the issues, whether it is on growth, whether it's on price rise, whether it relates to the mismanagement of the economy, has chosen to talk about an issue which is so personal and on which nothing unlawful has been done, either before or today. To raise an issue and to go to the Election Commission on it almost compels us to raise questions related to the personal matters of Congress party's chiefs. It's shameful that the Congress party has made an issue where an honest statement has been made in a case of a marriage when they were minors, and in a case where the families, both the families, have stated what they need to state. And it was completely also an issue in which the lady has herself spoken about it. And there is no contention between the families or the lady herself. the fact that the Congress party has gone down so much in this public discourse in raising this issue as if some wrong has been done, and I remind again here, how many such congressmen exist who name their legal wives in the affidavits but who are probably living with others? Does it compel political parties to have to discuss these kind of issues? I think the Congress party should introspect whether because they are desperate to raise an issue where there isn't one with an intention to dishonor the women concerned. Modi ji till today did not mention the name because he respects the privacy and the dignity of the lady concerned. And by now, the Congress party making an issue out of it does not even have that much respect for the dignity of the woman concerned in this matter. I think the Congress party should be completely ashamed of itself for having made an issue out of an honest and a candid admission, which is now by law required post-September 2013. Thank you. I don't think I'll be able to convey it in the same way. फिर भी मैं कोशिश करती हूँ. आज श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के एफिडेविट में उनके शादी जो जब वो दोनों माइनर थे उसके ऊपर इतना चर्चा कांग्रेस करके उस विषय को लेकर के इलेक्शन कमीशन चुनाव आयोग तक पहुंच रहे हैं. हमें लगता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी को ये कम से कम समझ में नहीं आया कि इसमें गलती क्या किया है. मैं ऐसे इस डिस्कशन को नीचे स्तर तक ले जाने के लिए कोशिश भारतीय जनता पार्टी की तरफ से नहीं होगा. फिर भी हम इस मौके पर ये बात रखना चाह रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस में ऐसे कैसे बहुत सारे सीनियर लीडर्स हैं जो एफिडेविट तक ही उनके लीगल पत्नियों के नाम डालते हैं मगर शायद लिविंग में किसी और के साथ रहते हैं. ऐसे नहीं हुआ इधर. सचमुच जो माइनर के समय में शादी हुई और पूरे दोनों परिवार ने इस शादी को समझ चुके हैं, ये शादी साथ नहीं निभा रहे हैं. फिर उसके बाद देश के सेवा में आरएसएस के प्रचारक बनकर के नरेंद्र मोदी जी उनके घर से बाहर निकले और इस विषय को पूरे उस महिला भी समझती है, उनके आस्था और कल्चरल अपब्रिंगिंग है दैट शी रिस्पेक्ट्स इट. और इसके बावजूद भी कांग्रेस पार्टी आज इसका इतना उछालना, हमें लगता है कि कांग्रेस के पास कुछ भी जवाब नहीं है 10 साल के उनके कुशासन के ऊपर. मोदी जी बहुत सारे प्रश्न उठाते हैं, प्राइस राइज के ऊपर, इन्फ्लेशन के ऊपर, किसी भी विषय के ऊपर जवाब नहीं है. मगर ऐसे एक सचमुच सितंबर 2013 के बाद जो कानूनन आवश्यक होता है, जिसमें नो बोल नहीं सकते, नॉट नोन बोल नहीं सकते, नॉट अवेलेबल भी बोल नहीं सकते और खाली भी छोड़ नहीं सकते. जहां एक माइनर के समय शादी हुआ, वो शादी निभा नहीं रहे दोनों पार्टियों ने, उसमें उनके पत्नी के नाम लिखने में इतने हलचल मचा रहे हैं कांग्रेस वाले. मैं दोबारा याद दिलाना चाह रही हूं, और ऐसे स्तर पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी कभी सोचती भी नहीं है, मगर आज हम मजबूरन इस बात को रखना चाह रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस में कितने ऐसे सीनियर लीडर्स हैं जो एफिडेविट तक सीमित रखते हैं उनके मिसेस के नाम और लिविंग रिलेशनशिप किसी और के साथ रखते हैं. शर्म होना चाहिए कांग्रेस पार्टी को, जहां सचमुच एक कैंडिड एडमिशन को कानूनन जो जरूरी है उसको बोलने में समस्या बन रही है. कांग्रेस पार्टी, यू शुड बी अशेम्ड ऑफ योरसेल्फ टू रेज दिस इशू एट दिस लेवल. हम खंडन करते हैं, ठीक है, प्लीज आप चुनाव आयोग में जाइए, आपके अधिकार बन सकता है, मगर हमें समझ में आ रही है कि कितने निचला लेवल तक आप पहुंच रहे हैं इस राजनीतिक चर्चा में.
इलेक्शन कमीशन ने अमित शाह और आजम दोनों को ही बैन कर दिया है क्योंकि तो पब्लिक मीटिंग्स नहीं हो सकती है यूपी के अंदर. साथ ही एफआईआर रजिस्टर करने के लिए भी कहा है.
on Shri Amit Shah, an FIR was already registered even as the commission's notice was sent to him. And all of us know through media, even Bharat Desh mein, every citizen has come to know that today the Election Commission has given him 24 hours notice to reply. Much before Shri Amit Shah has replied, the Election Commission has come with this monstrosity of a decision that the ban will be there for him to hold public meetings or rallies. They've not even heard him as yet. और मैं इससे आगे एक लाइन भी कहूँ that the Election Commission has also tried to do a communal balancing act in this when there is not even an FIR filed as yet on Azam Khan. It is a surprising decision that even before the reply, for which due time of 24 hours has been given by the Election Commission today, reply from Shri Amit Shah has not gone back. An FIR had already been filed earlier, but the decision of the commission is already out. A complaint on Azam Khan was taken up by the BJP also, on which there is no FIR. But today a communal balancing act has already happened. Ban Amit Shah before his reply, FIR before the commission has issued a notice, but on Azam Khan, useful for a balancing act and nothing more. No FIR, no reply, no questions. We like to put this on public record. Thank you.